I'm LoriAnn.
And I'm Megan.
Welcome to Dare to Dream. Here we'll explore some famous and not so famous contributors to life as we know it. Each week we'll highlight a different kit and a person to get you thinking, creating, and problem solving.
This is part of Neenah Library's Take and Create series. Stop by the library to pick up a kit with everything you'll need to follow along with us later in the video.
This Dare to Dream is inspired by the book, The Man Who Made Time Travel, highlighting John Harrison, the man who used time to solve the longitude problem.
John Harrison truly never gave up, and his work revolutionized navigation and the safety of sea travel. Stick with us to the end of the video to make a timekeeping device of your own.
The entire world runs on the concept of time. Not only does it help us to know when to meet friends or to be at school, it is also vital to science, technology, transportation, and life in general. That is why it has always been important to be able to measure time. In the early 1700s, ships would often crash into rocks because sailors had no way to measure a ship's true location. They could use the sun and the North Star to measure a ship's north-south position, called latitude, but they had no way to measure a ship's east-west position, called longitude. Longitude needed to be measured with time. The British Board of Longitude decided to hold a competition. The Briton, who solved the longitude problem, would win £20,000, which is equal to over $12 million today. It pays to be a scientist. John Harrison was 21 when they announced the Longitude Prize. He was a self-educated carpenter and clockmaker who loved to read about science and try things out for himself. He found that changes in the weather caused the brass and steel inside clocks to expand and contract, which sped up or slowed down the time. He was constantly improving the accuracy of clocks. He started to think that the longitude problem could be solved by calculating time at sea. So he began working on a clock that could travel and remain accurate in stormy weather. It took 5 years and hundreds of drawings to complete his first sea clock, called the H1. The clock was a success, but John Harrison kept working and making more clocks and more improvements. He tested his clocks in different weather and to withstand various movements. Eventually, he made a smaller version called H4. It was so accurate no one believed it, and the Board of Longitude would not give John Harrison the Longitude Award. They took several of his clocks, including H4. They broke some clocks and tested others in poor conditions, so Harrison couldn't win the award. At the age of 79, John Harrison made his final clock for the prize and named it H5. King George III saw how badly John had been treated and invited him to present the clock in the king's quarters. It worked, and Parliament gave him the prize money, but the Board of Longitude refused to name him the prize winner. Even though John Harrison had many obstacles to his success, he never gave up. He worked his whole life to achieve his goals and is now known as one of the greatest Britons that ever lived.
In your Dare to Dream kits, you will find a paper plate, a pen, and a piece of paper. Other items you'll need from home are a pencil, a ruler or another straight edge, varying coloring utensils, and some scissors. The first part of making our sundial is making sure we have straight vertical and horizontal lines. So using our ruler, we're going to look at where we want to mark our first lines. Measuring about 1/2 inch above the very bottom is going to be our first horizontal line. And then marking that line in half, we're going to make our vertical line. Now you will have 2 sections. Make a line that will cut that section into third, and then do that over repeatedly until you have 6 sections on each side, all about 1 inch apart. Then, starting with the very top, you're going to mark that 12, and then go backwards. So 11, 10, 9, and on the other side, you're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With your piece of paper, you're going to measure a triangle, and this will be the dial of your sundial. Going about 1.5 inches and then about 2 inches tall, and then connecting that top with the edge corner. Making sure about 1/2 inch high that we make a dotted line. This is going to be a fold. Do not cut on that. We're going to cut out our triangle, and it's okay if it's not perfect, as long as it has a point. Cut off any end pieces, and then fold over on that dotted line. Going back to our plate, where all of our points met in the middle, we're going to make just a little cut into that where our paper triangle is going to fit in. And then to make sure they both slip together, up into the second dot, make a slit on the dotted line, and then connect the two pieces together. Making sure that the point of the triangle is lined up with the number 12 straight vertical line. And there you have your sundial. Your sundial is now ready to be decorated. Feel free to use all the fun colors that you'd like it to be. Place outside on a flat surface and test your timing skills.
Very good. Very good. Good job.